Indian cities don't look planned because they were designed for war, not for you to understand. You have been told that these streets are chaotic and unorganized, accidental, but what if the mess was actually one of the most intelligent urban designs in human history? I realized this not from a book, but while getting completely lost in Jodhpur's Navchakia. I tried following Google Maps, it failed, and same happened in Varanasi, Udaipur, Ahmedabad. Same confusion, same maze. And then a local smiled and said, "यहाँ बाहर वाले खो ही जाते हैं." And that's when it clicked. Modern urban planning worships straight lines, right angle, perfect grids. But this idea didn't come from India. It came from colonial thinking where order meant control. So when outsiders saw Indian cities, they didn't see intelligence, they saw chaos. But here's the contradiction: this was a civilization that mastered geometry, astronomy, and complex mathematics. So, why would people capable of such precision build cities that look like labyrinth? Because they weren't designing for aesthetics, they were designing for survival. In medieval India, cities were front lines. Invading armies relied on speed, especially cavalry charges. But what happens when a horse enters a narrow twisting lane? It slows down. It loses formation, it becomes vulnerable. These broken line streets weren't random, they were designed to break momentum. T junction forced hesitation. Blind corners created ambush points and dead ends. They weren't mistakes, they were traps. In cities like Jodhpur, old Navchakia, an unfamiliar enemy could get lost in minutes, while local knew every escape route, every shortcut. The entire city becomes a battlefield advantage, a living and breathing fortress. In cities like Shahjahanabad or Old Udaipur, you see the same broken street pattern. But in Jodhpur, you don't understand it. You physically experience how easy it is to get lost. The city itself becomes the defense system. But what shocked me even more was how comfortable those lanes felt. Stepping outside the city, the harsh sun was burning down the city. But stepping inside was noticeably cooler, and it's not just because of the shade. In the old city of Jodhpur, many houses are painted blue. But this isn't aesthetics. The blue color traditionally came from Neil or indigo mixed with lime. The lime has natural cooling properties, it reflects heat and keeps the wall cooler. The blue shade itself reflects sunlight, reducing heat absorption. So the entire neighborhood becomes a passive cooling system. Now combine that with narrow lanes, tall buildings which blocks direct sunlight, and the wind gets compressed through tight lanes, speeding up the airflow, cooling the space. You see the similar effects in Jaisalmer, where Golden Wall regulate the heat, and in Ahmedabad's pole houses designed with internal courtyards for ventilation. This wasn't decoration; it was environmental engineering. But here's even a deeper layer. How these cities organize people. In Jodhpur, where Mehrangarh Fort was being established, a land around was granted to different groups, and one among them was the priest who did the land puja rituals. And that place came to be known as Brahmagiri. And slowly, communities began settling around the fort. Each group formed its own cluster. Over the time, these became distinct lanes, neighborhoods, and identity. So the city don't grow randomly; it grew socially. And you see the same logic in Ahmedabad's pole, where one gate led to tightly knit community, and in Varanasi, where each mohalla has been its own identity, often linked with occupation, caste, or tradition. I experienced this personally. In Varanasi, someone guided me through the narrow lanes, but once inside his mohalla, he knew everyone and everyone knew him. The space itself felt outsiders and strengthened the insiders. This is the urban design creating social trust. And this isn't unique to Jodhpur or Varanasi or Udaipur. You see this intelligence across India in Hyderabad's old city near Charminar, in Pune's Pate system, in Kolkata's old northern neighborhood, and in temple cities like Madurai. Different regions, same underlying intelligence. Today we call these cities unplanned, but maybe the problem isn't the city. It's how we define planning. These cities weren't built for cars, they were built for survival, for climate, for community, for resilience. And what looked like chaos, it actually a system too advanced to be obvious. So next time when you get lost in such cities, don't get frustrated because that confusion is the design working perfectly. You're not bad at navigation, you're just experiencing a century old intelligence.